have a baby girl named Lily, and she is only 1 year old now. When she was born, my mother assured me that she would always help me. Mom said, "You can go to work. I will take care of Lily for you." I was extremely happy, because I always trusted my mother without any doubts or fears. She had promised to support me ever since I got married to my husband. 5 years ago, when I got married, we had no home of our own. We lived in a small rented room, hoping to own a house someday. But houses were too expensive, and we didn't have enough money saved. We made a plan. First buy a small house, then a bigger one. "It's a practical idea," my husband suggested, and I completely agreed with him. Everything seemed logical, but my mother strongly disagreed with our housing plan. "Don't waste time on a small house. Buy a big one instead," she insisted. That wasn't possible, because we didn't have the money for a bigger house. 2 years ago, I received wonderful news. I was finally going to be a mother. When I told my husband, he smiled warmly and hugged me with excitement. We had just enough savings to buy a small house of our own. We were excited and ready to buy, but my mother stopped us again. "Don't buy a small house," she said. "I will help you financially instead." She had a plan. My in-laws would help, and monthly payments would be easy. "You won't struggle," she assured us, making us believe everything would be fine. She made another promise. "I will care for the baby while you work." Everything sounded perfect, and I sincerely thanked my mother for her kindness. Trusting her words, we purchased a bigger house, believing everything would be fine. It was an exciting time. My husband painted Lily's room while I rested. We both eagerly waited for the moment when Lily would finally arrive. Lily was born, a tiny, beautiful, and precious little baby girl. For 3 months, I stayed home, taking care of her every day. Then, as promised, my mother stepped in to help with Lily. I returned to work, knowing that my baby was in good hands. Everything was going smoothly, and I was extremely grateful to my mother. "Your mother is amazing," my husband often said, appreciating her continuous support. We were happy and making our monthly house payments without any struggles. I worked, my husband worked, and my mother stayed home with Lily. Our plan seemed successful, and life was moving forward in the right direction. Then one unexpected day, everything suddenly changed for us. My mother looked at me and said, "I am tired now, my dear. I can't take care of Lily anymore," she added without any hesitation. I was completely shocked and said, "Mom, but you promised to help." She shook her head and replied, "I have my own life to live. I want to rest and enjoy my happiness." "I deserve that too," she said. Her words deeply hurt me, and my husband was equally worried. "What will we do now?" he asked, concerned about our current situation. Lily was still too young, and quitting work wasn't an easy option. My mother then suggested, "Can your husband find a better paying job instead?" Anger built inside me. "Mom, that's unfair. You promised to help." But she refused to listen. "I have my life and you don't understand. Now my husband and I are both exhausted and constantly struggling." I had to quit my job, leaving my husband as the sole earner. He works long hours, leaving at 7 a.m. and returning at 8 p.m. Every night we eat dinner, play with Lily, and then fall asleep. Every day feels exactly the same, and I constantly ask my mother, "Mom, please help me." I say whenever I feel overwhelmed with responsibilities. But she always refuses, saying, "I am busy and I have no time." I feel deeply hurt and often wonder, "Mom, why did you promise me?" Meanwhile, she seems happy, spending time with friends and attending parties. I struggle alone with Lily, barely sleeping, or finding any time to rest. My husband works tirelessly, sacrificing his energy for our family's survival. I feel frustrated with my mother, who suddenly abandoned her promise. She also gets annoyed, saying, "You don't understand me at all." I look at Lily, smiling and playing, unaware of our difficulties. She is my daughter, and she is my responsibility. I remind myself firmly, but I still feel betrayed and stare at my mother in disappointment. "You promised me, Mom," I think to myself, holding back my emotions. One morning, Lily's cries wake me up early, demanding my full attention. I feed her, change her, and play with her throughout the morning. My husband leaves for work while I handle everything alone at home. At noon, I attempt to cook while holding Lily in my arms. It is exhausting, and I feel drained by the overwhelming responsibilities. By the afternoon, I collapse on the floor, closing my eyes briefly. Lily pulls my hair, making me smile despite my exhaustion and frustration. When my husband returns, he looks extremely tired from a long day. "How was your day?" I ask, trying to start a conversation. "Work was tough," he sighs, but he smiles warmly at Lily. "I missed her so much," he says, playing with our little girl. I cook dinner, and we eat in silence, too tired to talk. "What will we do now?" I ask, feeling lost and helpless. "I don't know," he replies, sighing heavily, lost in deep thought. The next day my mother calls asking, "How are you doing?" I want to say, "Mom, I'm exhausted and struggling without any help." But instead I reply, "I'm fine," hiding my true feelings inside. She tells me about her wonderful day at the park with friends. I feel anger inside, thinking, "You have time for friends but not me?" I call my friend Anna, who also has a small baby. "I don't know what to do," I tell her, feeling overwhelmed. She listens carefully and replies, "It's not easy, but you're strong." Her words comfort me, and I say, "Thank you for understanding me, Anna." She suggests, "Maybe ask your husband's parents if they can help you?" That Sunday we visit them, and they happily spend time with Lily. After lunch, I explain our difficult situation and ask for their help. They exchange glances and say, "We can help only on weekends." "Even a little help is better than nothing," I say, feeling relieved. That night, my husband and I discuss possible solutions to our problem. "What can we do?" I ask, hoping he has a better idea. "I will work harder and look for a higher-paying job," he says. "I will care for Lily and find a part-time job," I reply. Days pass, and I wake up early, taking care of Lily alone. I cook, clean, and search for online jobs to support my family. I find small jobs that don't pay much, but every bit helps. My husband works extra hours, coming home later every evening. I miss him, but I know he is doing this for us. One day my mother visits, looking happy and wearing a new dress. "How are you, dear?" she asks, smiling as she looks at me. "I am tired, Mom," I reply honestly without hiding my exhaustion. She looks at Lily and says, "She's growing so fast now." "Yes, it's hard, but she is a happy baby," I answer. She sighs and says, "I didn't realize parenting was this difficult. But I love you, and I truly want you to be happy." Tears fill my eyes, and I whisper, "I just needed your help." She smiles and says, "I can help twice a week now." I feel relieved. "Thank you, Mom. That will make a difference." Life isn't perfect, but we find ways to keep moving forward. Through love and support, we learn to manage life's unexpected challenges together. We are not perfect, but we are family, and that truly matters.